Welp, I listened to the new Nazi song by Kanye West, so you don't have to! Not that you necessarily would, but if you are the kind of person that would indulge in that kind of thing, shame! Shame on you indeed, you dead ideology rehashing motherfucker. Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to Research Reality, where we normally talk about protest music and similar topics, but today, as we just mentioned, we are looking at the new song, unfortunately, from Kanye West. So I did have a bit of hesitation before making this video. Just, was this a topic that I really wanted to discuss? Did I really want to make a whole ass video on this one stupid song? But ultimately, Kanye does have 32 million followers on X. And so it's like, am I even really going to make a dent in this discussion? Me, Research Reality, with sub 300 subscribers? Probably not, but hey, like and subscribe to help me make a dent in the future. So yeah, there's a new song out by Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, and unfortunately it's just spreading all over X, formerly known as Twitter, and we will be discussing it here on Research Reality, formerly known as Potato Paradise. So it goes without saying that Kanye has been losing his grip for quite some time now. Anthony Fantano actually just did his own video not too long ago talking about an interview that Kanye did with DJ Academics of all people. You know, the guy who openly was talking sexually with like a 15-year-old child. And Kanye, meanwhile, is talking about the Illuminati, how the Jews are behind the music industry, and how they need to protect the children. Always the children. All while wearing a black KKK outfit. But for a bit more insight into what Kanye is actually thinking when it comes to all of this, if there even is any insight to be had, there's another interview that he did, and this is almost an exact quote, where he's talking about fighting against the system, fighting against the Illuminati, again, the Jews behind the music industry, and how he's doing all of this to break down the walls of censorship, fighting to become a real, genuine artist by claiming to be a Nazi and saying that he loves Hitler. Like what? Now, with the 0.3% chance that I actually have a Kanye fan who actually believes that he's really doing good by spewing all of this nonsense, guys, just look at this wall. Just take a second to look at this wall. These artists are talking about way more in-depth shit. Just in hip-hop, you have Immortal Technique, Low Key, Akala, Flowbots. Again, this entire wall is comprised of protest music, revolutionary music. This is what Kanye is claiming to be doing. And we're slowly going down this wall, reviewing these albums one by one, talking about how they all relate, how they are all interconnected. I guarantee that they will have more fact-checkable information than anything Kanye is putting out on Twitter or in a song. I guess I'm the real Kanye, huh? But it's sadly obvious for anyone that's been watching Kanye that he clearly has a lot more going on under the hood. Mental health is a very serious topic, and for real though, who is in his orbit that is letting him get anywhere near a recording microphone, or just any interview in general, having him go on Alex Jones or DJ Academics and just spewing this absolute nonsense? And it's especially sad after reading up on all the stuff that happened with Britney Spears, how her whole family and everyone around her just used her for money and completely ruined her life. Again, who the hell is around Kanye that is perpetuating this shit, presumably? And it kind of goes back to what Dave Chappelle said about calling people crazy, how you should never call people crazy, because maybe it's their environment that's making them sick. And in this case, that environment could be, again, the people around him, his enablers, for lack of a better term. Or maybe it's the digital environment, maybe it's Twitter, maybe it's just the social media which our eyes are glued to for hours out of the day. But enough rambling from me, let's go ahead and take a look at this abysmal song, which, actually, it's pretty sparse on content. Like, if it wasn't for the Nazi and Hitler shit, it really wouldn't stand out at all. There's a line about how, with all the money and fame, he still can't get his kids back, he still can't see his children, which, again, based on his past and current behavior, probably not a bad call. There's another line that says, "They don't understand the things I say on Twitter." Ha! Even Kanye calls it Twitter. How does that feel, Elon Musk? Poor Elon Musk. Whatever will we do? So let's read a few of these tweets, shall we? Just stuff from the last few days. I changed my album name to Cuck. I don't understand. All racist allowed into the Nazi party. I don't understand. Welcome to another day of Yay tweets, aggressively attacking society's hypocrisies. Kind of like a rapper straight up calling himself a Nazi. Well, actually, the Nazis did talk about the Aryan race of blonde-haired and blue-eyed Germans, led by a brown-haired and brown-eyed Austrian. So actually, that checks out. And I guess the hook of the song is just literally repeating Heil Hitler, and the song actually concludes with a snippet of a Hitler speech. But let's not forget why those speeches had such an impact in the first place. And of course, it wasn't just his speeches, there was also his book as well, but it was the authoritarian rhetoric that preyed on the vulnerabilities of a defeated German people who of course just lost a major world war and then had to pay war reparations thanks to the Treaty of Versailles, and then of course the Great Depression gave them runaway inflation, and literally all of this led them to seek refuge in the voice of a charismatic leader who gave them someone to pin all of their problems on. They dehumanized their victims while claiming superiority over them, and then carried out the executions of millions of people based on the perpetual use of lies and deceit. So how about we don't do that again? I'll have to talk to the Vatican, running there and back again. So how about going forward we try to structure things so that we don't become susceptible to this kind of bullshit by ensuring that people have good education, that they have social safety nets, that they don't fall into poverty, where they might be misled by rhetoric that can pin all of their problems onto a particular subsect of the population. In other words, don't be a sucker, just like that Army World War II video that I will link down below talking about fascism and how to spot it. So yeah guys, in conclusion, this song, it's pretty dumb. There's really not a whole lot to it. Unfortunately, there are lots of people who think Kanye actually has a point in doing shit like this. But again, as we discussed, there are... I just farted on camera. Oh, whew! I don't even know what I was saying. But there are plenty of artists out there who are actually putting in good work at exposing corruption, revealing the lies. And that shit slaps too, way more than this song. So let's just push to get Kanye some help. Let's nudge his fan base to consider better alternatives. Because if you guys really want to expose the deep state, fight the Illuminati, expose corruption, again, this wall has you covered. Not even me necessarily, these guys do it way better than I do. So yeah guys, that's all I got. Leave a comment down below as to what you think of Kanye, this situation, our current political climate, what you thought of this video. Like and subscribe if you like the vibe. Check out the Patreon account for exclusive videos if you want to support the channel further. And until then guys, stay well, stay safe, stay informed, and we will see you on the next one. Later.